That's groovy. All right, man. Okay, Chris. Chris Hall, Senior Sales Advisor here at the NIB, Neal Insurance Brokers, is the name of the game. And this week, you've had some awesome conversations with people on auto insurance. Okay, I know it's one of the most commoditized things ever. Fortunately, we work with a market that values assets. Their entire portfolio is based around the fundamentals of having that strong foundation, which starts with insurance, right?
Sure.
It's hard to find in this world, right? Especially with all the price shoppers. But this week, we wanted to talk about auto insurance and how it directly correlates to the actual insured.
Correct.
So let's dive into that.
So in the state of Texas, the state minimums are $30,000, $60,000 on your liability. So $30,000 per person, $60,000 per accident. And then your property damage, so your the vehicle that you hit and or the person that hits, when they hit you, your property damage, it goes both ways with uninsured and underinsured. That is typically 25 as a state minimum. The state of Texas, the average new car price is $48,000 already. So if you're at $25,000 on that, you hit somebody in a brand new Chevy pickup or anything basically these days, you're underinsured already.
And all of this is, hard to interrupt, all this is statistical information.
That is correct.
Because you just finished Safeco College, basically, for personalized, which is a grinding month or so of just nonstop learning about personal lines. So everything you're saying is fact.
That is 2021 statistics. We haven't even gotten the 2022 statistics where that's actually gone up even more.
Crazy.
And so the other thing that I've learned in this class recently with recent statistics is in the state of Texas, uninsured or underinsured motorists, the uninsured, not underinsured, just uninsured is 20%. So 1 in 5 people on the road right now that you're passing are not insured. Imagine if they hit you. A lot of people I'm seeing their current carrier, they may have decent, and I'm not saying great, but I'm saying decent rates when it comes to our liability coverage, but when they flip the script on themselves, they actually have state minimums a lot of times. And I see this commonly, and they think, well, I don't really have to have that. But what's to say that situation happens where that 1 in 5 hits you at an intersection, and now you're full responsible, and you only had state minimums on that. So now your brand new Ford truck, they're only going to give you $25,000 for it. You just paid $52,000 for it. We know prices. Dealerships are charging more right now for vehicles because they can. They're not getting vehicles on the lot. That's why most of your lots are empty.
Chip shortage,
Yep, the chip shortage has affected since COVID, and it's been 2 years ongoing. It's still going on.
So, Chris, you're saying you don't have to have the same limits as if I hit someone. Say I've got like 100,000, 300,000, which is our floor. That's our minimum to be a client here at Neal Insurance Brokers. People may say that's great, but then they come with underinsured motorist coverage at 30,000, 60,000. Why doesn't an agent insure the driver, their client, less than if they hit someone? I don't see that. Why is that common?
It's common because they're pricing. They're trying to beat the price for the customer, and that's their biggest concern is just the price and just getting a client. They're not caring for the actual client's assets. What they're worried about is making it a price that you're going to buy from them. That's all it amounts to. They don't care that you're covered or that you're taken care of. They're just trying to give you what they can to basically get you as a customer.
And it seems like a lot of people nowadays look at auto insurance as just a way to protect me in case I hit someone, but more or less our biggest claims are when one of our clients is in a wreck and it's their fault.
Yeah.
Or they get a hit and run and there's no one that they can file a claim against.
Exactly.
So they have to claim it on their own.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people say uninsured motorist counts against you, things like that. From what I've heard, if we subrogate that, it's kind of a no harm, no foul, correct?
That's correct.
As long as the insurance company gets his money back.
It's not at fault. And then not only that, but something to know, if say somebody is uninsured, some people you may not know this at home, But that actually deductible is going to only be like a $250 deductible. So if you had a $1,000 deductible, you got a $250 deductible on that uninsured.
Explain that again. So if someone hits you, say I don't have insurance, I hit you. You've got a $1,000 comprehensive collision.
Sure.
And I hit you and I drive off.
Yep.
You don't have to pay if you have.
I'm not gonna if I've got the uninsured motorist coverage, and I will
property damage.
Property damage, correct.
Got it.
Make sure you have it, because I do see that frequent enough now to where people don't have that.
It'll take that $1,000 that you would have paid
down to $250.
What if I hit you and you only have liability only coverage?
Still $250.
So there's collision coverage for a hit and run?
Under yeah.
If
with the uninsured motorist and property damage, correct.
Wow. That's awesome.
So depending on what you're driving, folks, and like I said, if you're at a state minimum, depending on the age of your vehicle is where you need to be at. You got to think of what that car is going to cost to replace. Mind you, right now, inflation is killing used cars. Like, their rates to buy a used car right now is more expensive than ever. So with that, make sure that you have proper coverage on that, because you want to make sure that you can at least get your vehicle back as a whole.
Perfect, man. Man, that's informative as you can get on auto insurance. And I know a lot of people look at price, but the biggest, would you agree, our most of our clients come from bad agents?
Yeah.
Or online, people who are high net worth or whatever thought buying online was cheap, but they don't know how to sell themselves a policy.
The thing about online shopping, and I'm going to tell you this because I've done it too long in my young age. However, I've learned a lot when it comes to this is if you shop online, you're just going to give whatever state minimums more than likely is what they're going to offer you. That's just what they quote. That's just what they do. Okay? I've upped my coverages 3 times to what I had since I've started here. And I want to make sure my family's protected. And guess what? It's like another $30. It's that inexpensive, but guess what? If we get in an accident, my wife just got in an accident a few weeks ago. We're covered. We're taken care of. I didn't have that stress of could we get sued. I don't have that concern now. I didn't have that thought before, but I didn't know the situations that are actually happening day in and day out. Check your coverages, folks, because I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how often people are underinsured in the state of Texas.
And maybe our next video we can talk about how our floor, that 100,000, 300,000, which is in most states, that's actually the preferred and standard tier.
Sure, yeah.
Versus anything under that is non-standard. So we'll hold that off for next week. But Chris, thank you so much for your time, man. Keep crushing it.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.